Hey there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and I'm here to help you build your brand, grow your audience, market your content, and make money. In today's episode, we're doing a live Q&A on 5 of the different ways that you can make money from home and online. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a member of the consulting crew, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it. As I said, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and today we're doing a live Q&A about 5 different ways for you to be able to make money from home and online. Let's see who we have here with us today. Danny McKenna, thanks for being here. Hope you're doing good across the pond. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the live chat. If you're watching this on the replay, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. If you could please put question in all caps, it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to see and differentiate between regular conversation and questions. Would be greatly appreciated. So today we've got 5 different ways for you to be able to make money from home and online. Now, over the past few weeks, in the next few weeks up until the middle, roughly end of April, we will be covering 5 different ways every Monday on ways for you to make money from home and online. Some of them are very, very simple and will only take you minutes to get started, whereas some of them do require a little bit more effort and little investment in some cases. And in some cases, you have no investment at all. It's just a matter of promoting yourself and your skills, and you'll be able to make some income. Hey, Divided by Sight, thanks for being here. Hope you girls are doing well. Some of these options today are going to be right up your alley. Okay, to recap this morning's video real quick before we get into the Q&A, I'm going to list off the 5 different ways for this morning's video. This way, if you have any questions on them or didn't have a chance to see that video yet, you have some idea of the different ways for you to make money. Number 1 is to design book or magazine covers. Fairly simple to do. There's different technology out there that will allow you to do this directly on your computer, or you can go and use a browser-based service kind of like Canva in order to design book or magazine covers. Next is to sell your own product, whether it is a physical product or a digital product. Selling your own products could be very lucrative because you're the one that designs it, you know what the product is, and you know what its value is. Number 3 is to create an affiliate website. An affiliate website is usually a website dedicated to one or more products in the same niche or category. And rather than having a website like mine, for instance, consultablindguy.com, it would be kind of like Pat Flynn's website for his SwitchPod, which is switchpod.co. In that sense, though it is not an affiliate site, it's the same premise, because when you go to that website, the only thing you're going to see is that product and its accessories, and that's it. Whereas an affiliate site for a product like this would be something that you personally are promoting. If you were to go to my website, for instance, I do actually have a landing page on my site for Pat Flynn. If you go to consultablindguy.com/Pat Flynn, you'll find all of the different courses that I'm an affiliate for. If you purchase one of those courses, I would make a commission off of that purchase at no additional cost to you. Number 4 is to write an ebook or a physical book and then sell it online. Whether you sell it on Amazon for the Kindle program, KDP, or the audiobook exchange, the ACX, or if you were to sell it on the Barnes & Noble website, Pubit. And lastly, for today's video is babysitting after school. Now, doesn't necessarily have to be after school, it's just babysitting in general, but you can actually make a fair amount of money by babysitting, whether it's only for an hour at a time, whether it's before school or after school, or whenever the schedule is needed for that particular parent. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the live chat and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. If you're watching this on replay again, please drop your comments and questions down in the section below. If you could, put question in all caps to make it just a little bit easier for me to see and differentiate, and I'd be more than happy to answer your questions as well. Now, I know one person here in the live stream in the chat that already knows one bit of today's topic is writing an ebook or a print book. In fact, I have that book within my background right now, right here. This was written by our very own Divided by Sight and Blind Mage, the wonderful sisters, made this book, and it is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So when it comes to the making a book, trust me, I know when I'm talking about, because the girls and I have actually discussed this to great extent, and they will both be back here on the channel again in the future to discuss publishing a self-published book as well. I myself am in the process of doing 3 books of my own, which will be coming out in the near future. And Divided by Sight just made the comment in the live chat that they are actually working on the next one right now, because this book is a part of a series of 3. So if you have any questions about self-publishing, feel free to ask myself or ask Divided by Sight or even the Blind Mage, and we will be more than happy to answer your questions. Hey, Kim Lackey, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good afternoon. Take a quick sip of coffee here. So when it comes to publishing a book, it is fairly simple. There's very little that you have to do besides writing it. Once you've written it, it's a matter of editing, formatting for the book size that you want, and then uploading it to the platform that you wish to sell it on. Now, Some people don't want to go through this entire process, so they do outsource some of the process to save themselves time, but it is something that you can do entirely on your own if you choose to. The book that I was just showing, Hunted by Divided by Sight and her sister, they did the majority of the work. They did all the writing of the book, and then they had somebody do their book cover for them, and then format and edit things. But they ended up doing a majority of that work again themselves because they noticed that the editor actually missed some things that needed to be handled. So it's always good to try and do as much as you possibly can yourself just to save yourself future headache. But if you know somebody that is able to do that process for you for a fair fee or to save yourself time, definitely look into it. Yes, marketing it and finding the right audience for it is absolutely the hardest part because it all depends on the type of book that you're doing. In the sense of finding the right audience, that is absolutely the hardest part. Marketing it, not so much really. You could do a small little bit of investment. Approximately the cheapest would be about $1 a day per month. And you could do some great marketing. And if you want to do free marketing, the best way to do it for free is to post on your social media, post it in your email list, have others in your community, your family, your friends, people that are into that kind of a book to help you market it. Do collaborations with other authors on their YouTube channels and things like that, and you can actually do a great deal of marketing for free that way as well. And if you're into paranormal romance, Hunted, The Immortal's Kiss is right up your alley. You would actually be surprised on how much marketing you can get done just by word of mouth, either by your friends, family, or by your own social media, because on the different platforms, whether you realize it or not, so long as you have your post set to public, somebody might actually stumble across it because of doing a Facebook search, for instance, or maybe you have it on your Instagram and somebody's scrolling through your book could actually be shared that way as well because of the different suggestions and recommendations that the platform does for you. Now, when it comes to book or magazine design, that does take a little bit of skill. You need to have the ability to either work on your computer itself on a program or have a web based service like Canva to be able to go in and create your colors, use your imagery, and set things up the way that you want it. And then you need to make it appealing in the sense that it's going to catch the eye of somebody that wants to read it. And to do that, it does take a little bit of finesse because you're going to want to design a couple different possibilities for the author to take a look at or have templates designed that they can look through to pick out what kind of a format for the cover that they would like. Because the old saying goes, you can't judge a book by its cover. But that's exactly what most people do. I myself am guilty of this myself. I'm the same way when it comes to music albums, videos, games. If it does not catch my eye or feel appealing to me in the slightest little bit, I'm not going to check it out. So, the better that you are at making book or magazine covers appealing, straight to the point about what that kind of content is, it can actually do a great deal to help that book sell even more. Now, selling your own product can also be a great way for you to make some money from home and online. Whether this is an artwork or a craft work or a physical product of any type, whether it's like Pat Flynn with the Switch Pod that is a tripod that you can mount your phone on or a camera on. Anything like that that you put your time and effort into can be a great way for you to make money. You have the ability to have its own website. You have the ability of it being a digital product and something that you can sell through multiple websites. You can have it listed on Amazon or eBay or Etsy, and you can sell it that way. It plenty of possibilities out there for you to be able to sell your own product. Now, in this sense, a physical product is going to take some investment. A digital product, on the other hand, doesn't really take that much of an investment, if any investment at all, because you have the ability to make everything on your computer free. And then you can go to different platforms like Teespring and be able to upload that product and sell it on there for free and make a profit off of it. Now, yes, Teespring, upon the sale of that digital product, will take a small percentage, but it is, pardon me, a very small percentage compared to other platforms out there that will actually charge you just to list that digital product for sale. For instance, most people think that when you do a YouTube channel and it's monetized, for instance, you think that when you do a channel membership that you're going to get that entire cost of the membership or the super chat or a super sticker. And that's not entirely true. That's one of the biggest misconceptions, is that you make all that revenue from that particular setup, whether it's a membership, a super chat, or a super sticker. You don't actually make all the money. You get the majority of it, but not all of it. Surprisingly, YouTube actually takes approximately 30% of that income for themselves and gives you the remaining 70%. Now, yes, that is still a nice portion of money. However, it's still making you lose a great deal of revenue that you could be generating on your own. Now, Etsy, for instance, I've sold items on Etsy in the past, and it was approximately 20 cents per item that you upload. And then upon the sale of that item, it was, I do believe, 2% of the value of the item. But it's been a few years since I have actually sold anything on there, so the prices might have changed a little bit. Either way, it's still the same concept. You can list something for very, very cheap and be able to sell it and make 95% of your money off of it, or you can go the route of different platforms that don't charge you anything until the item is sold and make the majority of your profit that way. You have other sites out there like Shopify that will actually charge you a monthly fee just to use their platform, plus take a commission off the sale of your product. So you need to research the different platforms that you may want to use. All right, Danny, don't have too much fun, brother. Hope that you have a good evening over there across the pond, and we will catch you on the next show, hopefully. Thanks for stopping by and joining us on the stream today. Greatly appreciated. Now, another option is affiliate websites. As I said a few moments ago, affiliate websites is essentially selling one product or a couple of products on a dedicated website. Now, for instance, again, I'll use a different scenario instead of Pat Flynn, and it could be uh, thehuntedbook.com, for instance. If I wanted to, I could make a dedicated website for the book that I have sitting right here and divided by site, and I could have an arrangement per se for an affiliate deal to where if anybody bought her book from my website, I could make a commission. Now, you could essentially do the same thing for Amazon, but it's really not the same as you would hope. Because yes, you could do an affiliate website for Amazon products, but you're really not making that much money in order to be able to make revenue, because to have a website is going to take an investment, and unless you're selling a crap ton of those items from Amazon from that affiliate website, you're not going to make that much. So you would want to do an affiliate website for something like a product or a service, like I had mentioned with Pat Flynn, to where you know that you're going to make a commission off of that product or service that is worth posting onto its own dedicated website. Now, there are some sellers out there who will go through places like ClickBank or something to that effect to where they can find multiple different products for whatever niche there might be in and be able to post those items on there as well and be able to make a fair commission. Now, Amazon over the last year in 2020 has actually cut their affiliate commissions down quite a bit. So you still make a little bit of money, but it's not as much as it used to be. And then babysitting. Babysitting, again, can be something fairly simple. It could be a short period of time during the day or throughout the week, or however long the parents may need your services. And then you can either charge them by the hour, by the day, or by the long term period based on however many hours you're going to be doing, however many kids you're going to be taking care of, and what all entail the responsibilities you're going to have, whether you're feeding them or helping them get ready for school or whatever it may be. But you can actually make a fair amount of money for babysitting. I used to do that for a while myself, and I made about $20 an hour every time I babysat. And that was per child. So essentially, I was making $60 an hour for watching three siblings. $60 an hour for watching three children. That's not bad because depending on their age, it might be very, very, very simple to take care of. They could be old enough to be playing out in the yard and you just sit there and watch over them. Or in some cases, they might be toddlers, 2, 3, 4 years old, and not really able to do a whole lot per se. And in which case, you get to stay in the house and watch TV with them until their parents return. Either way, you're still making a nice little bit of chunk of change. Hey, what's going on, Greg? How's your day going? Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, being a nanny could be very, very lucrative because it all depends on what you're doing. Are you just watching the kids? Are you feeding them 2 or 3 times a day? Are you traveling with them anywhere? Are you the one that's picking them up from school or driving them back and forth to the parents so they don't have to? Whatever it may be that it all entails is something that you could potentially charge extra for besides your hourly rate. Does anybody have any questions? Please feel free to drop them into the chat. And next week, just an FYI, we will have more videos coming out about O&M. This past week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, was the International Orientation and Mobility Online Symposium. And it was a blast. Shout out to Cassie and the team, just in case you happen to be watching this today. It was awesome. There were approximately 20 different presenters, and they all covered something different. We actually talked about different cane techniques, some assistive technology, more so in the iPhone realm than the Android realm, but we covered quite a bit, including taking care of children who may be blind or visually impaired from birth on, and the blind deaf. We had presenters from Iran, we had presenters from Bangladesh and India, Romania. It was just awe-inspiring on how many different things that we learned this past week. And come Wednesday, they will have the replays posted for us to go back through and be able to watch. I did miss a few of the presentations because they had them set up in 2 different Zoom rooms. So I did get to see the majority of the presentations, but there was a few of them I didn't get to see due to it being in a different room at the same exact time as the ones I was watching. So I will be catching up on those on Wednesday and taking even more notes because there was just so much information shared at the symposium that I want to make sure that I go through and gather as much information as I possibly can to be able to share with our community. Sorry to hear about the family emergencies and things, Greg. I'm glad everything's working out now. Hopefully, this week will go much better for you. I will be hitting you up in a little while about Wednesday afternoon. Does anybody have any questions on any of the topics covered today for 5 ways to make money from home or online, or maybe have any questions about the previous videos or just in general? I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. I actually just realized I don't have my branding on today. So turn that on real quick. There we go. It has been a hectic few days, but it's all worth it, of course. Yes, it was awesome, Lauren. I will definitely be sharing a lot over the next few weeks about O&M and some of the things that I've learned. And thank you for joining us on the stream today. Greatly appreciated. Hope you and your sister are doing well. Yeah, I would definitely hit you up in a little while, Greg, so we can get things situated for Wednesday. Yeah, this past week was kind of hectic. I actually had to reset Windows back to day one. So I had a lot I had to do on Wednesday morning before the conference actually started. And I had to go back through and reset every last one of my programs and websites and everything. It was just chaos. Oh, sure. You send me a message if you want to. You can ask now if you want to, Kim. It's totally fine. I will actually be doing some YouTube specific videos as well for our Friday shows. Um, I am working on finishing up the outlines for the YouTube creators course, or I should just say content creators, because it does cover more than just YouTube. But if you want to ask now or ask in a message, that's totally fine. Excuse me. I had an image of the computer, but for some reason it would not load. So I just said screw it and I reset everything back to day one. That's the downfall sometimes to technology, is even though they say that it will upload the image of the computer, it still doesn't work. A couple people told me, well, that's why you don't use Microsoft and you should get an Apple computer. And it's like, I don't use Apple products. I've never liked Apple products. Now I want to get into doing the Clubhouse app, but the only way to do that is to have an Apple phone or an iPad, and I don't have one. So I'm kind of SOL in that sense, and I wouldn't mind getting an Apple phone because I have been contacted by a lot of our various community members about Apple product issues. So if you know where I can get a iPhone fairly cheap used, or maybe have one lying around that you don't use anymore and want to part with, let me know. Yeah, you suck, Greg. Everybody's got a damn iPhone but me. I've been an Android user forever. And I was looking at some on eBay, but I don't like buying from people on eBay that are under a 99% seller rating, just because I'm a very, very hardcore person when it comes to eBay sellers, that you need to be 100% or 99.9% positive and not have any major bad reviews on that seller, or I won't use them. And everybody that I've been looking at so far is either under a 99.9 or is at a 99.9 seller rating and has a few recent negative feedbacks that are very compelling not to buy from. So I haven't been able to find an iPhone yet. And I thought about going to the local cell phone dealer and seeing if they had any refurbished ones, but I know in most places like that they're going to sell them for a nice hefty price. And I really don't want to spend an arm and a leg on a phone that's not going to be activated to be able to use for an actual line. Only reason I want it is to be able to use it on Wi-Fi, and that's it. Buy one on Newegg. I've heard that name before, but I never really knew what the hell it was. So now I guess I will check out Newegg. Alright, we're about 45 minutes into today's show, so we got about 15 minutes roughly remaining. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you before we close out today's show. It doesn't have to necessarily be on the 5 topics of today. It can be on any of the previous videos or in general questions as well. Wait a moment. for possible questions to come in, and I will check out this Newegg. Newegg. And, all right. Let's see here. uh, yeah, I'm hoping if I can find a device either from somebody I know or fairly priced online, that I will be on there, because I have been getting comments from all kinds of people about how I should be on Clubhouse as an additional platform for our community, because there are so many people that are in our community on there and could use an extra representative from our community. But like I said, I've got to find an iPhone first. All right, let's do a search for iPhone. Now, seeing as how the two of you that are here with me have iPhone, what oh, nice. Um what iPhone do you guys have, or which one would you recommend for somebody who's never used an iPhone other than like once? I checked out one of my cousins and I didn't like the way that they had it set up, so it was a pain in my butt. Because I really have no idea what phone for iPhone is better than the other. Nothing. I really don't know crap about them. So no, what they're on the? I think it's iPhone 12 now, or something like that. I know I keep getting ads from Best Buy about upgrading on my Android to the newest Samsung, which is the Samsung 20 and the 21, and it's like I don't know. I'm not I'm not really in the mood to spend $1,000 on another damn phone. I already did that a couple years ago when I got this damn thing. I am not in the mood to be spending an arm and a leg on a new phone. Just saying. Let's see. iPhone 8, 64 gigabyte gold, 4.7 inch, 189. That's not too bad. 199 for an iPhone 8, 256 gig, 12 megapixel camera. Uh, what? Still using an 7 Plus, the 12 Pro. All right, a 7 Plus is what you got, Kim. So I'm checking to see if they have any of those here in this first list that I'm looking at. So far, I've seen at least 5 iPhone 8. Here's a 7. That's 198. Holy crap! It's the version for the other ones, and it's still $200. That's the one thing I've never understood. Is here we're gonna sell you an older version, and it's more expensive than the newer version. Uh, a lot of these 12s I'm seeing are $1,000 or very close to 1,000. Uh, 189 for the 8. Seeing a lot of the iPhone 8s for 179 to 189. There's the first iPhone 7 I've seen so far that's under 200 at 159. 32 gig, 2 gig RAM. $91 pages for iPhones. Holy hell. I'm with you on that one, Kim. I would love something that has a larger screen. I'm I'm the same way. The larger the screen is, the larger I can make things appear to make it easier for what vision we have. Uh, Now, Greg, when you get your stuff on here, do you try going for Newegg as the seller, or do you try to find items from the other sellers? Just curious. Uh, Main display size. Let's see what they got for the larger screen size. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you, Kim, because this is stuff that I'm like that too. I like my home button. I hate not having a home button. All right, for right now, I'm gonna look at just sold by Newegg because I don't know much about the other sellers. So I'm gonna narrow down this search a bit just to see what we can come up with. Apply. Wow, that was not what I was expecting. But what do I expect for wanting such a large screen? Oh, iPhone 8 Plus is the cheapest one at $389.99 for the 6-inch screen, or 6.5 to 6.9-inch screen. Damn, I want a bigger screen, but $400 is just a wee bit pricey, in my opinion. Let's drop that down an inch just to see. Just to see. $439, $299, $178. Let's see here. Refurbished iPhone 6s. I don't want the 6 necessarily. 6s. Well, damn. That's just nuts. Knuckin' futs, man. Knuckin' futs. Um, okay, what about the next size down? Just for shits and giggles. 189 for the 7, 269 for an 8. $199 for a 7. There's a 6 for 160. Interesting. Yeah, I will definitely have to go through a 10X Max. I haven't seen a 10 yet. I've seen an 11 and a 12, but I have not seen a 10 yet. Let's see, can I designate what one I want? Let's see, let's go for iPhone 10. Just to see if we got any answers. There's cases. 11. An 11 Pro is $949. Only thing that came up on the very front page for the 10X was phone cases and accessories. So I don't think they have a phone available right offhand. Let's see. Let me find the search just a little bit there. Yeah, cases, 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 cases. They got a crap ton of cases. iPhone X. Cases, cases, cases. iPhone X. I'm not seeing a 10X yet. Yeah, no 10X. Wow. 10S. All right. Yeah, I'm with you on that one too, Greg. Yeah, phone's gotta have a headphone jack too. S and S or S and Plus models are bigger. All right, cool. Good to know. Let's see. We'll go up here and go to 10S. Uh, There's the X. Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna put iPhone 10 to see what it pulls up, just for giggles, because putting in the letter after it so far is not giving any good results. Uh, Unless it's just an iPhone X, because that's the only thing that's coming up for the iPhone 10. So they must be using the Roman numeric for that specific one, possibly. And that's running about 350 and higher. Expensive. Oh, there's one for 278 for the X, but it's AT&T specific, which really don't matter because it's not like it's gonna get service put to it anyway, other than Wi-Fi. But that is Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to research some of that. I'm not looking at uh Apple to buy from. I'm looking at the Newegg site that Greg mentioned. You could probably go to Apple and still get some of the older models, but they're still going to be either brand new or refurbished most likely. And getting it straight from Apple is going to be expensive. I will almost guarantee that. All right. I will have to do some more research on that. So thank you, Greg, for the site recommendation, and Kim and Greg both for letting me know which phones to look for. I will do some research on which one I can possibly find for a fair price. But we are at the hour and 7 minute mark. So if you have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in real quick and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If not, then I guess we will close out today's show and then we will be back on Wednesday afternoon. Oh, gotta love it. Getting ready to close out the show and then the house phone has to ring. But that's also what I get for being a dumbass and forgetting to bring the house phone outside of my room. And you're probably gonna get the 8 next. All right, Greg. I'll do some research on the 7 and 8 for sure. To I use Boost. I've had Boost now for let's see, um, about 16 years. I went I went from Boost to Sprint, from Sprint to Metro PCS, Metro PCS back uh to Boost just before all the merger crap started. I've literally had my cell phone number for freaking 21 years. Some people think I'm crazy because I've had my phone number that long, but it's easy to remember, and after having it so long, I don't want to change it. Especially now that we have the ability to block numbers and everything. Somebody can hound me all they want to because they can just go on the block list. And then my phone will never ring. But thank you both again for the phone recommendations. I will definitely do some more research and let you know if I can find one at a fair price so I can get on to the clubhouse with everybody. Yeah, I've been with Boost for so long. I should see about how much it would cost me for a second line anyway, just for business purposes. Even though I don't have a legit business started just yet, it is something that would have to be done eventually anyway. So I might just see how much that'll run me. And if it's not too much, I might do it. And in which case, then I might just get an iPhone that way. I don't know. Research. One of my favorite things to do is research. But, alrighty. That will conclude our show for today. Make sure I'm not missing any questions here, real quick. I think I didn't, but just to make sure, I'm not seeing any. Alright. Alrighty. I will hit you up in a little bit, Greg, so we can talk about Wednesday. And thank you again, Greg from the Blind Guy Show, Kim Lackey, Divided by Sight, Danny McKenna for joining me today. Greatly appreciate you all. I hope everyone has a good evening or day, depending on where you are in the world. And we will see you next episode on Wednesday afternoon for Why Do You Do What You Do Wednesday. And I will be getting videos up soon for our Friday show. So I hope everyone has a good day. Don't have too much fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And we will see you on the next episode. Peace out until then.